What is going on, everyone? In this video, we're going to be talking about the Houston Texans 2023 season, their 2024 offseason, and how I think they're going to do in the 2024 regular season. So the Texans, they got C.J. Stroud in the 2023 draft, and they surprised everyone and went 10-7. They won a essential play-in game against the Colts in Week 18, which was enough for them to make the playoffs and win their division. And in the wild card round, they're able to win against the Browns in a surprising game. And then divisional round, they ended up losing to the Ravens. But the fact that they were even in the divisional round was actually very impressive for them, because they were not supposed to be good at all. They were supposed to be a rebuilding team. It was supposed to be a hard year for them, but when you make the playoffs in a year like that, it really can boost your morale, and that's exactly what happened, because now this team is projected to go back to the playoffs, potentially win a Super Bowl, things like that, and you just have to really admire head coach DeMeco Ryans for shifting the culture as quick as he did. He is just one hell of a head coach. So they made a phenomenal hire with him. And the Texans are also pretty busy in the offseason. They got former Bills wide receiver Stephon Diggs to help out C.J. Stroud. And I think he's going to do wonders with Nico Collins and Tank Dell, because both those wide receivers are solid, but when you have a quarterback like this, you might as well go all in while you can, because he's still getting paid well under market value. And they also got Joe Mixon from the Bengals, and that's kind of bittersweet, because they had to get rid of Devin Singletary, but they did. Joe Mixon's solid. Not in his prime or anything, but neither is Stephon Diggs, if we're being honest. They're both solid, but they're both also, older. So I think they'll provide a veteran presence, and they will contribute to the team. So hopefully those two guys on offense can do well for them. And they also got Danielle Hunter from the Vikings to be on the pass rush, and I think that's another great move, because Danielle Hunter's a very solid player, and they honestly didn't give him as much guaranteed money as you would think. And I think he's going to do well for them, because they also have Will Anderson they drafted in the 2023 draft, because they had 2 first-round picks thanks to the Browns and their Deshaun Watson trade, because they traded for Deshaun Watson and gave up 3 first-round picks. And yeah, that's pretty stupid that they did that. But, Texans were able to rebuild very quickly because of that. So obviously Texans fans and the Texans are not complaining about that. And now they're just enjoying the fact that they're good again. And they've got their I don't think he's the best quarterback yet, but I think at some point C.J. Stroud will take over the reign as the best QB in Texans history. And I think that's about going to do it for my offseason. Now let's see, their record projection could be all over the place depending on who you are. You've got people saying this team could make the Super Bowl. You've got people saying this team is overrated and they aren't as good as people say. So it's really all over the place. I will say one thing that is not going for them is, since they got first place in their division last season, they do have a harder schedule. They have to play teams like the Bills, the Chiefs, the Ravens, and those are just the first place teams, and their division's not exactly easy anymore. The Jags will give them a fight. The Colts will give them a fight. The Titans always randomly give the Texans a fight too. So definitely a harder schedule from last year, and it also doesn't help that teams know how good this team is, so they're not just going to take them lightly like they might have in the past. So definitely an uphill battle for them, in my opinion, because 10-7. I think if I were to have a floor for this team, I'd say probably 8 wins. I know that's pretty low for them, but I mean, the reality is a lot of shit could go wrong for this team. You've got guys like, I mentioned Stephon Diggs, but he can kind of be a cancer in the locker room. And, you know, remember in 2011 or 2010, whatever it is, there was the dream team with the Eagles. They had a shit ton of players in free agency, kind of what the Texans did. And they didn't really do as well as they were expected. They actually didn't even make the playoffs. So I fear that that could happen for the Texans as well. But, I mean, that's if everything goes wrong. 8-9 is my floor for them. And their ceiling, I mean, I don't think it's going to be super high. I don't think it's going to be like 15 wins or anything like that. But I think it's going to be 12, maybe 13. So I guess 13 is my ceiling for this team, because they do have a tough schedule. But the question is, how are they going to respond to this tough schedule? Are they going to, you know, be the same old Texans and, you know, this year's a fluke, CJ Stroud's going to, you know, suck? Or are they going to build off of last season and continue their dominance? And I'm going to have to go with the latter, because, I mean, I do think they're the best team in their division by far. They have the best quarterback. They've got, honestly, arguably the best head coach, too. I know he's young, but I mean, that's crazy impressive what he did, and I don't see that changing anytime soon. So yeah, I think they'll still do pretty well. I mean, it's going to be interesting also how they do in the playoffs, because I mean, they won a playoff game last season, but at the same time, they won against a very injured Cleveland Browns team. So you have to really wonder how much was it because of them and how much was it because of just how banged up the Browns were. And I mean, they lost to the Ravens the next round, so it didn't really matter that much. But I mean, you just have to wonder if they would have beaten any of the other playoff teams, because those playoff teams weren't as injured as the Browns were. So I don't know. Maybe I'm just hating. But, I mean, we'll just have to wait and see how this team performs, if they'll perform up to par, like most people think, or if they'll underachieve, like some people think as well. And I just don't really know how this team will do in the playoffs. I don't think they're going to get like a first-round bye or anything. And the thing about being in the AFC is getting a first-round bye is so crucial, because you have an extra day of rest. You know, you don't have to worry about, you know, getting banged up in the wild card. You don't have to worry about getting upset in the wild card. You just get to, you know, practice and relax and all that, because you don't have to worry about losing or anything like that. And, you know, and you also never have to play on the road either. That's very nice that that's how it is. And I mean, you know, it's not a guarantee or anything like that. The Ravens were the 1 seed and they didn't make it to the Super Bowl this year. I mean, the Chiefs won the Super Bowl and they were the 3 seed. So it definitely isn't a guarantee, but it does help out more than you know, because, you know, you just can't put a price on health, and you know, you can't put a price on health or rest or anything like that in the NFL. And the best ability is availability. And if you're available due to, you know, extra days of rest, you know, you can't beat that. And that's going to officially do it for the real life portion of this video. We're going to shift our focus to this Madden game. Right now, it's 1st down and 10. Texans have the ball down by 7. They hand the ball to Devin Singletary for a gain of 3 to make it 2nd down and 7. CJ Stroud's rolling out to the left. He's going to throw across his body, but this pass is going to be caught by Noah Brown, former Cowboy. And he is going to get to the 40-yard line. 1st down and 10. CJ Stroud back pass, going to throw. Pass is caught by Brevin Jordan to make it 6-yard gain. It'll be 2nd down and 4 at the 34. CJ Stroud, is going to get hit, and this ball will be incomplete. It'll be 3rd down and 4 at the 34. CJ Stroud is back to pass. He's going to throw. Dangerous pass there. Probably should have been picked off, but it's not, as it'll be 4th down and 4. Texans are going to kick a field goal. Kaimi Fairbairn is going to kick this up and good. And this will be a 4-point game to make it 14-10. And we will see if the Texans are able to get a stop, because they could really use one right now, as they get they force a 3-yard loss on the return there. So he's at the 22. Looks like the Cowboys are running some wildcat, as Tony Pollard's going to take this for an 8-yard gain. It'll be 2nd down and 2 at the 30. Handoff to Kevontae Turpin. He's going to get a 1st down and then some, as Texans are really struggling with this wildcat right now. 1st and 10 at the 31. And they're going to do it again. Deuce Vaughn does a jet sweep to Brandon Cooks. And this time we are able to stop it for only a 1-yard gain to make it 2nd down and 9. And they're going to keep doing the jet sweeps, as we're having trouble with those, as he gets 6 yards on that one. It'll be 3rd down and 3 at the 24. Dak Prescott back to pass, and he's going to throw wide open is Shoemaker. He's the backup tight end. I don't know his name. It'll be 1st down and goal at the 9. Dak Prescott back to pass, going to throw at the last second, and wide open is Tolbert, and he's going to get a touchdown. And that's going to be huge for the Cowboys, because now they have a 2-score lead. And they can essentially put all the pressure on the Texans right now, because they have to score, get a stop, and then score again. And if they don't do that, then the Cowboys are home free with a victory. So we'll see how CJ Stroud responds to this, adversity, I must say, in this game. 1st down and 10. This pass is broken up, looking for former Cowboy Dalton Schultz. 2nd down and 10, CJ Stroud finds an open Nico Collins on the drag route to make it 3rd down and 6. On 3rd down and 6, Texans are running some hurry up here. CJ Stroud looks like he's going to hand the ball off to Devin Singletary, and he's only going to get 2 yards on that play. 4th down and 4. Basically, Texans have to go for it here. If they don't go for it, this game is basically a loss. 4th down and 4. CJ Stroud looking poised, finding Devin Singletary for the 1st down. That was a huge reception there, because it's a big one, and we get the 1st down to move the sticks. 1st and 10 at the 47. CJ Stroud back to pass, going way further back than he should. He throws this one away, but you can't back up that much. You're not going to get away with it, especially not against a team like the Cowboys. 2nd down and 10. This time he does get sacked, as he kind of just stands there, not paying attention to the pass rusher. 3rd down and 21 at the 42. CJ Stroud looking for Noah Brown, but instead it is incomplete, and Texans really back themselves into a hole here. 4th down and 21. They have to get this. We'll see if they can. CJ Stroud has time. He's going to find Dalton Schultz, and he makes the reception. And just like that, the Texans are back in business. They got 2 very clutch 4th downs. 1st down and 10. This pass is caught by Nico Collins. And just like that, Texans are back in business. As they're down by 5, looks like they'll go for 2 to try and make it a 3-point game. CJ Stroud's going to roll out. He's going to throw, and this is incomplete, as he cannot find Dalton Schultz. But the fact that we managed to score a touchdown on that one, I mean, shit, that's pretty impressive in my opinion. I'm surprised that we did that. Normally, when we're in 4th down and 21 situations, we kind of we crumble under pressure, but not the Texans and CJ Stroud. They're able to, get what they need to do, and they got a touchdown as well to give themselves a chance. Cowboys trying to run the ball here to melt this game away. 3rd down and 1 after 2 attempted runs. And Dak Prescott looks like he's going to throw. Texans run commit, and we trapped him. He was looking for CeeDee Lamb, but instead he finds Jalen Petrie, as I knew exactly where he wanted to throw that ball. And he threw it to my guy instead of CeeDee Lamb, and that's exactly what we needed, and that's exactly what the Cowboys cannot do. They broke the cardinal rule of football. 1st down and 10. Nico Collins again. This pass is caught, and just like that, in a very short span, Texans have recaptured the lead, and they've got a 3-point lead as they are able to get the 2-point conversion. And just like that, the momentum has shifted entirely as now the Texans are in full control of this game. They get one stop. They're basically out of here with a victory. And Cavante Turpin's going to try and return this. And the Cowboys have 2 minutes and change to work with here to see if they can get at least a field goal, because they need that at the very least. I don't know why they're running the ball, because the Texans, I mean, they've done a solid job of stopping the run as of late. 2nd down and 15, and this pass is picked off. Jalen Petrie able to get his 2nd pick of the day, I believe. It'll be 1st down and 10 at the 12, and all the Texans have to do is, oh, well, I guess we just wait for our opponent to rage quit there. And, yeah, we got a win there. I'm very surprised we even got a win there. You know, we got that one win very early because he rage quit. We got a lucky win here. And that's going to do it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. And my next video is going to be on the Tennessee Titans. See you there.